From the WJAY studios in Oviedo, Florida, it's season 2 of Wipe Those Tears. With our tier masters, our statistician Brandon Bogard, the Mario Man Mark Leota, AVGN expert Gianni Pizzi, the Retro Arcade Boy Scott Seffy McVeigh, and our timekeeper, Andrew Hocking. Your host and moderator is Jason DiCanio. Okay, we're here and ready to go for another edition of Wipe Those Tears.
Oh, whoa, hello.
Oh my!
Damn!
Wait a minute. Last week was Blue Clues, and now this? Oh my
And the
goodness.
week before was the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this, Steam Week or something? What is this, Steam Week or something?
I'm not sure, but I hope he's got AC in his apartment because I would know with what he's wearing is probably making him very, very hot.
I thought the same thing too.
I hope your AC is working tonight.
Yes.
All right.
I have a feeling that's probably not the only costume we're gonna see tonight.
No, we're gonna see a lot
Probably
in the
not.
next 2 weeks.
I think we're gonna see the other three at some point.
Yes, sir. You are definitely right about
Oh yeah, that's right.
Other three?
Of the four.
Well, there's 4 in total. I think there's like 3 or 4 in total.
Four
That's
main
why.
characters.
Kyle, Kenny, and McCartney.
Yeah, that's true.
Nope, that's the only one I got. I don't have.
All right. Well, anyways, this is episode number 56. It's May 21st, 2025. Hello, Tier Masters.
Hello.
Hello.
It's
a me,
Peter Martin,
Mario.
as always would say, and John Davidson. This is the last 2 weeks of our season, gentlemen. We are coming to the end. And that means a finale. And next week, we have a very interesting announcement for you. Next week, we'll be on for 3 hours on the season finale of episode number 57, May 28th. That's the day, 2 days after Memorial Weekend. So we're on Memorial Week, and we're going to finish these NES games out. I promise you, season 3 will start with a whole different tier list of different things. We've got some stuff that we haven't even touched, and we still have stuff we've got to finish in there, like the Atari games we have to finish. We also
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of those, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we have 3 tiers
that we still have to finish. So we'll clean up all of that next season. But we're going to get this stuff done in the next 2 weeks. So that means no who am I, what am I, where am I tonight? No top 10, no hard ass questions. I do want to say though that we did.
I take it back. It was 4 because we have to include game show hosts. We did.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But we did gain our subscriber back, so we're back to 128 subscribers. Thank you for whoever decided to come back. Maybe they made a mistake and realized that they unsubbed. Who knows? Whatever the case, like I said, we gained a lot of subscribers over the last couple of months. I'm so happy about that. In the meantime, I think we better get ready to go here. Anybody else got anything to share before we start?
Oh,
Not much new here.
Not much new. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get ready for the rules of Wipe Those Tears. Yep. All right. We got T's, Tiny Toons. We're starting it off with the TIs.
Yeah.
2 minutes. What you get. That's all you get. Grade these games 50 to 100. We're going to finish this up possibly tonight, definitely next week. Good luck, gentlemen.
Oh,
Here we go.
All right, let's open up the board and get ready. Oh, somebody's got an echo on their microphone tonight. All right, this is the running order of how these Tier Masters will be in there. Bogard will go first, then Mark, then Andrew, then Scott, then Gianni. All right. First up on the list, as you can see, is going to be Tiny Toons, the original Tiny Toons game. There it is.
Okay.
All right. So this is put out by Konami, Gianni Konami.
Oh yeah.
It's another great Konami game, December 20th, 1991. And if you like Tiny Toons, well, if you like the cartoon, you're going to love this platform video game from the NES. It was the first Tiny Toon Adventures video game to be released for a video game console. The player initially controls Buster Bunny in the effort to rescue Babs from her kidnapper, Montana Max. Yes. So before each world, the player can select an alternate character that they can switch into if they can find a star ball. The alternative characters are Dizzy Devil, Furball, and Plucky Duck. Dizzy, Furball, and Plucky have unique abilities that Buster lacks. Plucky can briefly fly and swim better than the others, and Dizzy can destroy walls and most enemies with his spin mode, and Furball can climb many vertical surfaces, slowly sliding down them rather than plunging down. However, Buster can jump higher than the others. Nintendo Power had placed this game at 19th for March 1993 of their magazine, regarding the top 20 NES games at that point. So pretty good reception. We'll start with Mr. Stan Marsh from South Park with Tiny Toons.
I don't see anything wrong with this, though unfortunately, 1 point short of a perfect. 99.
99. Wow. Okay. You got the Taco Bell. And that's the way it starts. Mark Leota, welcome back. And you're up with Tiny Toons.
All right. All right. Well, I love the cartoon when it used to be on.
Yep.
I don't think I ever played the games when I was younger, though, but I did love the cartoons. Let's give this 95.
Whoa.
Right. 2 A's. And now we go to Mr. Hawking with Tiny Toons.
So I never heard of this, but I did see the show, the Tiny Toons cartoons, long time ago, of course.
Right.
So if I find this game, I'll give it a try. But for this one, I will double up for Mr. Bogart at 99 as well.
You got it. 99. All right. That's 3 A's. Mr. McVeigh, how are you?
doing good.
All right. Tiny Toons.
Ironically, I love the cartoons. Never played the video games, but that's all right.
Right.
Still pretty fun. And I'm going to be with my similar friends, but I'm not going to be as high. I'm still doing give you a 95.
Well, that's a double up from what Mark was also doing there.
Yeah.
Yep. So you got it too. All right, Gianni, you're up with Tiny Toons.
Okay, yeah. I never really watched the show. I know it was a show. I know it was probably a relation to the Looney Tunes. Never really into them, but we've talked about the Bugs Bunny game, Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout, Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle.
Right.
If you remember what Bugs Bunny's Birthday Blowout, it was a Mario 3, almost like Mario 3 knockoff.
Yep.
It was like the game too. AVGN even mentioned because he did the whole review on Mario 3.
Yep.
And he said that was a Mario 3 knockoff. And still is a good game. I mean, it is a Konami. It's no LJN, thank God. It's kind of like in the same vein as DuckTales. We all know how good that one was.
Yeah.
So, 80.
80. All right. Okay. We've got 4 A's and a B. That's not bad. Let's see. I have definitely watched Tiny Toons when it first came out and was very impressed, but I never played the video game. But again, this is what we say. I've always gone by the theory, if you got a show, your video game better be good or even better than the show. And in my opinion, no. No. See, this again, the cover art, once again, is a poster from the TV show. When they don't want to be original on their cover arts, what do? They put posters on it. They Photoshop it.
Lazy.
I know, he's lazy, but then they realize that that's their logo. Take 10 points off for the cover arts. So in this case, I will give it an 89. I will give it an 89. All right, we've got our scores. Let's average it out. Dividing by 6 this time. Oh, yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa!
A great start on episode 56.
Yeah, there it is. Big A, 92.8. You got it. Yes, there it is. Oh, I didn't put it in the A tier. I put it in the B tier. Whoops. Whoops. All right. Climbing up there, and it's taking forever. There we go. All right. Okay. Whoops. Right next to Tetris. There it is. I put it in the wrong spot.
Yeah, but right beside Tetris from last week, of course.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All right. That is the first day of the night. Good job. Let's go to the next game on the list, which is the second one. The sequel, Tiny Toons 2.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I think they're all put out by Konami.
Yeah.
Some way.
Yeah. Mhm.
So we'll get there. Yes, this is also by this is Trouble in Wacky Land, November 27th, 1992. A couple of years after the first one came out. This is also this story involves Montana Max inviting everyone to a new amusement park in Acme Acres under the alias of a secret admirer. And you can play, there are 5 areas which the player can explore, each one starring a different character. And in Electronic Gaming Monthly's review, Tiny Toons Adventure 2 was scored a 7 out of 10 by 3 reviewers and a 6 out of 10 by 1. GamePro gave Tiny Toon Adventures 2 4 out of 5 for control and fun factor, and a 4.5 out of 5 for graphics, and a 3.5 out of 5 for sound. Okay, so they got mixed reviews from about several different sources, including Nintendo Power, Video Games, and Computing Entertainment. By the way, did anybody have the Nintendo Power magazines?
I had a lot of
remember
like
those
later
at all.
releases.
Yeah.
Because I was growing up like a little about like 8, 9, 10 years old when it was still going on in its final years. So I had a few of the final releases. I don't think
we all know that. We all know that James has every back issue because he basically got donations from a lot of people.
Yeah, he probably has some of the newer ones I used to have too.
Yeah, either he collected all of them, the original copies himself, or he got donations from somebody who just decided to give him that whole subscription.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we go to Tiny Toons 2, and we start this time with Mr. Leota.
Yeah, I don't think I've played this Tiny Toons game. I don't even have it in my collection. Yeah, like Wacky Land must be, well, pretty wacky, as would probably be implied on the cover there.
Yeah.
All right. 73 for this one.
73. Okay. All right. Andrew, you're up with Tiny Toons 2, Wacky Land.
So I never heard this game. And I look at the cover like, why is there barbed wire on top of the Wacky Land sign? Can you see that on top of the? If you see the on the Wacky Land sign, you see barbed wire. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So for this one, what did Mark score already?
73.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna double up my Canadian friend. I'll say 73 as well.
Okay. 2 73s for there, and now we go to you, Scott.
I'm going to be a little nicer on this one, though, than my other two guys. Considering how we like the first Tiny Toons game really well, though, I'm surprised that we're giving it much lower rates, but that's all right. I'll still give you an 85.
An 85. Okay. Good. All right. There we got Gianni now with Tiny Toons 2, Trouble in Wacky Land.
Yep. I have heard of this one. Yeah, actually, I don't think I knew it was called Trouble in Wacky Land, but I never really played it. But it looks almost like the same game. The color palette is what I'm seeing on my screen looks a lot brighter than the first one. It almost blinding my eyes out. A lot of brighter shades. Like bright. You see, I think it's that. I'll have to look at like a side by side comparison, but it is a lot brighter. It looks like I think there's a pinball game in there in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and oh no, I see. I said before, it still is a Mario 3 knockoff. I'm looking at a picture. It has the same thing you see on the bottom with like your scores and like the lives, how many coins you have. And instead of coins, of course, there's carrots.
Yep.
And
gotta have.
There's also kind of almost looks like the fortress, or the castle levels from Mario 3.
Another knockoff.
Well, yeah.
There we go.
Keep going with that. So.
Can't get away from it. Yep.
I hope we don't have the same problem we had last week running with Mario 3 this time.
Right.
Last week it was 1942. This week Mario 3. Anyway, I'm going to give it slightly lower, 75.
75. The Scott Special. All right. Now we go to you, Stan Marsh.
So that pinball thing that Gianni mentioned, that just seemed like random out of nowhere. Crap.
Of course.
The random out of nowhere crap.
But it didn't stop me from giving it a higher score. Or not as much good as, well, I wouldn't say as good as the original. I would still give it a 97.
97. Wow.
Oh, I like that. Oh, yeah. Everybody likes that.
There you go. Taco Bellet, my friend. You gave it the 7-layer burrito treatment. Yes. You gave it the Nachos Bel Grande. All right. The second one. Well, right away, why did they go with the white background? The black one was great. Why do we need a white one? You could barely make it. Now, if you're colorblind, you're going to have a hard time seeing the colors on this with a white background. Very hard. No offense to those who have color blindness, but I truly believe they should have stuck with the black background.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Now, I've never played the game. I've never played any of the Tiny Toons game. So, as you know, sequels always have these problems. Cover art, again, I take 10 points off for the cover art. Again, now, wait a minute. Is Wacky Land where Go-Go is?
Yeah.
Is
Go-Go Dodo, yeah.
Go-Go in the game? I don't know. I didn't have any description of, unless he's in there and I missed the description of Go-Go.
Yeah.
No description of Go-Go. And yet that's his hometown, is Wacky Land.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go just with an 85. Put it up that way.
All right.
85. A little bit lower than the one before with an 89. I'm already giving like 10 points off, so they're not getting A's from me tonight on those.
Yeah.
All right, we got our scores. Let's go ahead and average it out. Ooh. Okay. What a difference of opinion you guys have from the first one to the second one. This one's going in the B tier, 81.3. Yep, that's a huge difference of opinion. All right, now we go to, I guess, the third one in the sequel or the trifecta of Tiny Toons games. The Cartoon Workshop. Okay. Let me get that in there. All right. Let me tell you about this one because when I looked at it, I said, okay. Tiny Toon Adventures Cartoon Workshop, put out again by Konami, December 1992. So they really were trying to release a lot of the games as quickly as they possibly can with a little bit of time in between. The game allows the player to make a cartoon by writing the scenario, selecting music and sound, designing the set, and directing the actions taken by the in-game characters. Up to 2 characters can be featured on screen at once with Buster, Babs, Plucky, Furball, Calamity, and Little Beeper available for selection. No reception was given. And so this is basically make your own cartoon via Tiny Toons. All right. Andrew, you're up with this one.
So I had never heard of this one, and I look at the cover. Okay. I'm not bad at the cover. I'm like you always say. Well, they're going to take this time. I'm going to take like 5 points off of this one. Okay. Not going to get it perfect. I'm going to take like 5 points off. I'm going to go with 95.
95. That's still a Taco Bell. Yes.
I almost going to go for your line, Jason. Every time you look at the cover, okay, we'll take some points off. That's why.
It's a automatic 10 points for me off. I mean, it drops to the grade low for me. That's the way I look at it, you know. But you're cool with that. Yep. All right, Scott, you're up with the Cartoon Workshop.
Okay. First of all, A, never heard of this game. Mm-hmm. B, this reminds me a lot of Mario Paint here that came out later on the SNES, Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That's what it reminds me of that.
Bingo. Yes.
Number 3, one thing I don't like, the fact there's no battery backup save, so you can't. The only way to save these cartoons is if you use your VCR to record them off your onto tapes and all that there as well.
Oh,
if you had a VCR back in the day,
if you had a VCR hooked up to your Nintendo, exactly.
That's right.
Like I said, this is definitely not a game. This is just like Taboo, where it's definitely not much of a game at all. I'm sorry. 51 is
my God, my God.
Ouch.
I'm not giving it the lowest, but I'm giving it just 1 point above that.
Oh, first F.
First F of the night. Okay.
Holy moly.
51 in there. And Gianni, what do you got to say about Cartoon Workshop?
It looks like Mario Paint before Mario Paint, I think.
Mm-hmm.
With NES, no mouse. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. AVGN, you gotta do a video on this if you're watching on all these games, but
yeah, exactly. Give us some.
I mean, this is this is not really a knockoff of Mario 3. This is something, although it's Mario Paint, but like I said, I don't think Mario Paint was out yet. I didn't believe it.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna blame them for that, but it does look cool. I mean, I'm sure a lot of younger kids would want to make their own cartoons. This was before, I guess, Microsoft computers were really big, before all that technology. So yeah, this could be a game to do it. Your own Looney Tunes scenes or whatever cartoons. Yeah, so I'm sure every kid would probably want to do this. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a good grade, higher than they give the last two, 85.
85. All right. Okay, Stan Marsh, you're up with Cartoon Workshop.
So the fact that this is like make your own cartoon, I wasn't even familiar with Mario Paint, but the fact that this is like make your own cartoon and even save on a VCR, which is now outdated today, but
James still has one though. He does a lot of his recordings on VCR and DVD. So yes.
Yeah,
especially with the older games. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
But here's my difference of opinion. I'll give it a perfect.
Okay. Holy cow.
Got A on this one.
All right, we finally come to Mark Leota with Cartoon Workshop.
Okay. Well, Yeah, I don't think I've heard of this one. Yeah, I didn't say too much about that. So I'm going to go with 71.
71. Okay, we got that. Yep. I don't like the cover art at all. Blue. I mean, unless they're giving you the impression you're in a dark room with the cartoons, that I can understand. But it's just too much blue. Too much blue.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, if you're gonna do it with making your own cartoons, this would be a great game for today's consoles, because at least then you could save them. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to fail it as well too. 55.
London!
All right. Well, we got our scores. Let's go ahead and average it out. Ooh, okay. Going in the C tier, 76.1 or 76.2 if you rounded it up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Going to the next game on the list. To the Earth. Ooh, To the Earth. That's what we're looking at. Put out by Nintendo. And this is November 1989. To the Earth and back. It's a light gun video game. We got a Nintendo accessory here with the light gun. It was released in November of 89 in North America. It uses the NES Zapper to destroy ships and gain power-ups. The enemy spacecraft require good reflexes and aiming. The object of the game is to destroy incoming enemy spacecraft, bombs, missiles, and asteroids without destroying friendly vessels. And due to the very quick enemy ships and asteroids, the game is considered to be one of the most challenging NES Zapper games of its time. Wow. The game only received a few mixed reviews upon its release. The German publication PowerPlay gave it a 36 out of 100 when it rated it in 1990. And Brett Allen Weiss from All Games said that the game requires full concentration and good shooting skills, but called it entertaining. So now we go to you, Scott McVeigh, with To the Earth.
Okay. This was an interesting idea, though. You know, if a good light gun shooter here tries to make it, tough, kind of like a light gun version of Missile Command or whatever it is.
Yep.
And didn't I see this later on in the Super Nintendo Life as part of that Super Scope 6 game or something like that, though, that came out?
Yeah.
It might have. There you go. Overall, it's not a bad game, but tough as nails. So I'm going to give it 80 points.
80 points. You got it. All right. And now we go to the man who knows about lightsabers and zapper guns, Gianni Bizzi with To the Earth.
Yeah, I've not heard of this one. Yeah, I know AVGN has talked about the Zapper, but he never really talked about this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really think that this would be one. I thought I knew all the light gun games, but it looks like a space shooter game.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I will say I'm looking at the cover right now. I do like what I'm seeing. Very spacey. A lot of black in the background of the game, but that's space. What are you gonna do about it? 88.
88. Okay. We got that for you. All right. Now we go to use Stan Marsh. To the Earth.
So the back cover says, use your Zapper light gun to blast deadly UFOs, hurling meteors, and angry aliens on a cosmic battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for the back cover.
Yeah.
Where the are the angry aliens?
Smoke weed every day.
Oh!
That's a very high rated question there, you know.
Yeah.
Seriously, where are the angry aliens?
They're
Why
nowhere
on
to
the
be
front cover?
found.
Why on the front cover is there a spike ball?
Oh god. Oh god.
The last thing I would mention brought up would be, oh my god, they killed the aliens.
Right, they did it again.
I know, reference to, oh my god, they killed Kenny Stan thing. All right, I'm still gonna give it an 81.
81. Okay.
Uh,
And you won up Gian. I think you won up Gianni on that one. Yeah.
No, me.
Yeah,
Oh, you won
Wait
up
on me, actually.
yeah, I gave 88.
Me.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a one up there. All right. We go to Mark now with To the Earth and back. Back.
Yeah, Jason, I figured I need that sound effect again. 82.
Oh. 82. He warms him up again. My goodness. All right. Well, we'll add you one up, Mark, is the question.
so I never heard of this game. You know what? King New Jersey better be smiling. I also get 88 as well.
Oh, he doubles up.
There you
Okay.
go.
88. All right. We had some one-ups. We had some doubles. I mean, you know, you guys were just right there in the B area.
Yeah.
Let's see. Would this game be good without the Zapper light gun? I mean, couldn't we just use the controllers to just...
Probably
it-
not, though.
I mean, you got to have a good working gun. I mean, look at what James said about the gun. He had like 3 different types, and several of them only when they wanted to work. You know, remember? I have 3 Zapper light guns, and like one of them only works when it wants to. The other half of he was demonstrating it on Duck Hunt, you know, about how bad his Zapper guns were.
Mhm.
I like the game. I think the cover art's fantastic. So it's gonna. I'm gonna actually give it a. I'm gonna give it a 92. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah. Even though I probably would like this game because it's a shooter game, so that'd be fun.
Mhm.
Let's see what the average is. All right. Going into the B tier, folks. 85.1. Nice going. Very good. Anybody need to take a break? I know it's a half hour in. Does anybody need to use the bathroom, get a drink?
Nope.
All right. We'll keep on going then with the next game, which is Toki.
Oh, I know this one.
Yep. This is put up by Taito. Yep. And it's July 19th, 1991. Let's see. It's a run and gun platform game. Really, and it was released in the arcades in Japan in 1989. So that's good. So Scott knows that he, like you said, you heard of the game.
Oh, I
The
know
ultimate-
this one, yeah.
Yep. The player controls an enchanted ape who must battle hordes of jungle monsters with energy balls from his mouth. The ultimate goal is to destroy the evil wizard who casts a spell on the title protagonist, thereby transforming him from an ape back into a human and rescuing the kidnapped princess. The game was ported to several video game consoles and home computers. Let's see if there was any reception. Yes. Game Machine listed Toki as being the 16th most successful table arcade unit of the month. It won a Golden Joystick Award in 1992. The One gave it the Amiga version on 88%, calling its gameplay standard stuff. Yeah, a good a mixture of pretty interesting ratings there. All right, we got it all there, and this is game number 5. So we go to you, Gianni.
All right. Yeah, I have not. Well, actually, I feel like I have heard of this game. I feel like I've definitely seen what I think is the title screen with the rock lettering of the ape. So I think I've heard of this game. I don't really know much about it.
Uh-huh.
I can't really say much, but I'm gonna give it 77.
77. Okay. All right, Stan Marsh, you're up. Toki.
Ah, crap.
Uh-huh.
So part of it feels as if you combine Mini Kong and Mario.
Mhm.
And then on the other images on the back cover, you have the monkey flying. And oh my god. And then probably one of the one of the ugliest genies I've ever seen, I think. And then another pretty odd creature. And then the front cover, the worst part. On the left of the front cover, you have like Tarzan and his girlfriend. And the monkey is
Weed every day.
wearing actual shoes. And then on the right of the front cover is a tiki with a nose as big as Shrek's, and his lips are as big as Angelina Jolie's lips.
These are characters, Brandon. So yeah,
Even
Well, I
worse,
tell ya.
even the monkey looks creepy as hell. I gotta give it a 51.
Wow!
Wonders!
And Andrew said you almost ran out of time, so watch your time there, Mr. Marsh.
11. He has 11 seconds left.
Well, he gave it a 51. We know he
I
was
was
going.
just waiting for the laughing to stop so I can get through all of it.
I was just getting the sign ready. That's why.
Right. All right, Mark, you're up with Toki.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't like that one at all. All right, I'm just gonna keep this short and simple. 55.
Oh, the non-launch shot! Ugh.
All right. Andrew, you're up.
So, I never heard of this game, and Brendan Bogart is absolutely right. There is Tarzan, and you forgot one. There's one object on the bottom of that cover, Brandon. He has 3 coins there. He has 3 coins there. I don't know if you can see the bottom of the cover already. There's 3 coins there.
Didn't care for that.
So for that one, I forgot there's a 4th one. I forgot he's the one that's flicking the coin. I forgot there's a 4th one there.
Yeah.
So for that one, what did the King of New Jersey scored on this one?
what did Gianni score?
Johnny, what was
77.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Double up time.
Double up time with that one. 77. Okay. You got it.
See,
All right. Now let's see what Scott has to say about this because he's the arcade boy here.
Oh yeah, I played this one quite often in the arcades.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it is definitely strange. Yeah, yeah, it's good strange in my opinion. So there you go. I like this one. I mean, you got crazy creatures here. Like, there's one boss that kind of looks like he's like a heart with legs and arms, and he actually belches out the letters in burp. Then we've got some kind of contraption here.
Yeah.
You got a creature that's made out of eyeballs and everything like that.
oh God!
Something crazy. This game is completely awesomely crazy though. Oh, and by the way, it's available on the Switch with updated cartoon-like graphics.
Ah.
So this is actually a classic. Consider that actually he was able to get a full remastered remake recently here. So for that reason alone here, the big 100.
Whoa, 100! 100!
Okay.
To the
You
people
knew,
who
you knew he was going to give it in the
Master
high A's because it's an arcade game, and Scott has every bit of knowledge when it comes to those retro arcades. Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, looking at this cover art, this looks like George of the Jungle or Curious George or
Something like that. Yeah.
something like that. I mean, the guy in the background, he looks like Tarzan, and then of course you got the monkey, you know, or it could be Donkey Kong Jr.'s long lost brother.
Smoke weed every day.
Okay.
Lots of things going on with this one here. I have to give this, and I've never played the game, so if Scott says it's a good game, I'll have to go in there with at least a Taco Bell because I think that the cover art's there.
Mhm.
Taco Bell it up with a 94. Yep. And that's just being nice.
One last thing here. There's a subtitle on this game called "Going Ape Spit." Why? Because your main weaponry are bottles of spit. That's why this game is wacky and weird. as fuck.
Oh, I thought
Oh boy!
shit, you know, I really did.
No, it's
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Let's get the average. Let's get the average before we all go crazy on that one.
yeah.
Go crazy! Good lord! Good lord!
Yeah. Well, first, if the damn game wants to cooperate, it's going in the C tier.
Okay.
75.6. Going ape spit. Should be called ape shit. They shouldn't hold it. I know it's
Not bad.
No, Jason, we're going ape spit. That's
spit is too simple. Man, that's it. All right, next up. That's Cat and Mouse, Tom and Jerry. Hey,
Oh yeah!
love it. And it's put out by High Tech Expression Software Creations, December 1991. Yes, they have, oh my God, they have so many games. Yes, they have appeared in various video games. Wow. But, yeah. Holy cow. They've appeared in NES, home computer, Game Boy, Sega, Super NES, Game Boy Color, the fighting games. Yep. I mean, the list goes on, guys. We're just talking about a good, clean, fun game that starred the duo, and surely you guys have watched it, Tom and Jerry, at least either growing up or in syndication.
Very true.
We go to the top of the order now, and we're back with Stan Marsh with Tom and Jerry.
So,
I love that. That's yeah.
all right. So I think this is getting pretty close. I think they're really trying. I just wish they could have done a little bit more closer to the actual cartoon, but hey, you know what? It's the famous cat and mouse duo that we all know.
Yep.
I'll give it an 87.
87. Okay. A high B, and now we go back to Mark Leota. Harry, bless you.
Yep. It's always been my long-time belief that these characters were basically the inspiration for the duo of Jay's broadcasters we used to have years ago.
All right.
Anyways, I'm going to give this. Well, actually, I haven't played this, but they're always adorable, Tom and Jerry. I'm going to give this a 90.
A 90, a Taco Bell. All right. Okay, Andrew, you're up with Tom and Jerry.
So I never heard this game, but I did see the cartoon in syndication, of course.
Yep.
And I look at the cover, I was like, why is Jerry wearing shorts? Can you see it on the cover? Jerry's wearing shorts, and there's a spider in the background.
Oh, correction, Andrew. Those are swim trunks.
Same thing. That's why. Same thing. So for this one, this is the first time tonight I'll give a perfect 100.
You got it. There it is. 100 for Andrew Hawking, and now Scott, Tom and Jerry.
Okay, short and sweet here. It's a good game. It's not original, but it's still not bad, though. It's Tom. It's Jerry. It's fun. 95.
95. Taco Bell. All right, Gianni, you're up. Tom and Jerry.
All right. I mean, these are definitely two classic characters. Yeah, don't really have that much else to say on it. I mean, I'm looking at this game and how their anime looks just kind of cool, I guess. I like how I never forget which one's which. Tom's the cat. Tomcat, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tom's
Yeah.
house. Yep.
I know. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna give it 91.
91. All right. We got our scores there. Let's see. Hey, I love the Cat and Mouse duo. Grew up watching the cartoons all the time. I actually played one of their games on Nintendo. I think it was the one where they were in the kitchen and they basically were clobbering each other with the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this was the game, but one of them where basically you could play Spike, you could play Little Tyke, you could also be the Black Cat, whatever his name was.
Yeah,
Butch.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you could be Butch. You could also be the little pup, the little other cat, the kitten, the trio of cats that were with Tom's friends.
Yeah.
There were several other characters you could play against it, and basically it was a cat versus mouse, or in that case, or character versus character in the Tom and Jerry featurette of entertainers. So with this, I love the cover art, and I'm gonna go with a 93. Taco Bell. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and average out the scores here. Oh yeah. Well, this one's going all the way to the top here. Yeah.
Did it end here?
Yes, indeed. It's going to be a 92.6. You got it again. There it is. Nicely done. All right. Okay, guys, that's your second A of the night. The record is, of course, 8. That's yep. Got try to get 6 more A's in the night here. Next up is Tombs and Treasure. All right. Yep, put out by Tokyo Infocom and Compile, August 3rd, 1988. This is an adventure game. And also it has some role-playing elements in it. New music features. Yep. The game takes place in the ancient Mayan city of Chichen Itza on the Yucatan Peninsula. It alternates between using a 3/4 overhead view for traveling from ruin to ruin and switching to a first-person perspective upon entering a specific location. Yes. Did you get any reception? No. All right. So there is some interesting images on. You can look from Wiki as well. This time we'll start with Mark Leota.
Okay, yeah, I have not heard of this game or even played it. But you gotta love good treasure, right?
Right.
All right. So with that, 81.
81. Okay. Andrew, you're up with Tombs and Treasure.
So I never heard this game. I look at the cover, like, okay, it is like, oh my god. Why is this cover? Like, why is this cover, of course? So for this one, I hate to do this. This is my first failing score on already tonight. I give it 55.
Oh, well, you knew you were going to give a failing score somewhere along the line, so there it is. All right, Scott, you're up with Tombs and Treasure.
This looks very interesting to me. First of all, the cover art actually reminds me of those old style adventure movie, posters here.
Right.
It's got the heroes. It's got the all kinds of stuff, snakes and everywhere. The gameplay looks interesting. It's a combination of first person, point and click adventure with some combat and a little bit of other things here. Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but I want to play this game so badly. Oh my gosh. I want a 99 for this one.
You got it. 99 with a Taco Bell. All right. He's so desperate he wants it. Yes, you shall have it. Johnny, you're up. Tombs and Treasure.
Yep. I have not heard of this game, but I've heard of Chichen Itza in the Yucatan Peninsula.
Mm-hmm.
That's and they use the real place. And yeah, I'm looking at it, and I do like what I'm seeing. You have an overhead map. It's a 10-minute game. Someone's doing a 10-minute gameplay of the game. Hopefully, it's not that short. But I'm seeing it's mostly overhead, and I can't really see what exactly you're doing, but I can see overhead. And the whole overhead, I'm seeing most of green, and almost nothing is built from what it looks like. Let me actually. Oh no, it is built. It was kind of a little small. That's why I couldn't see it. But yeah, but I'm gonna give this one. It kind of looks like a lot of pyramids, a lot of little gray structures. Which I like that. I'm gonna give it 72.
72. Okay. All right, Stan Marsh, you're up.
I'll start with a reference. Chichen Itza.
Smoke weed every day.
Looking at all this, I only have one complaint, and that's the woman on the front cover.
Oh.
Oh!
The woman on the front cover, bottom right. You're wearing a collar shirt, not a bra.
Okay.
At the same time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Brilliant.
we're gonna give it a 72.
72. Oh, wow. All right. Well, I'll tell you, I have to elaborate on Stan Marsh's, the hottie woman that it is. I gotta say she's a perfect. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But the cover art just lacks so much. Oh God, it lacks so much.
Well, don't get a boner looking.
No.
No!
I'm not even close. Too much red in the background. It would have went with a much something other than red. I don't know. Something about red on the cover art just does not fit. So I have to fail it 60.
Oh, Lord John! You see what I mean? You see what? You're right, Jason. They should have picked a different color, like gold or maybe green.
Yep. Or even black, because then the
That too.
Yep, but red just does not fit. But
Too much red.
It is Japan, so you have to kind of think Japan colors are red, Asian colors. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's average it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. This is going in the C tier, 73.1. Boy, we got a lot of point ones here, All right. Next up is hopefully one of the great games that James cannot stand. It is Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Highway to the danger zone. Right.
Top Gun.
Yeah. Top Gun, Konami, Johnny. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
Based on the 1986 film of the same name, it's a shoot 'em up combat fight simulation. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, let me give you the date on it. It was November 1987. Yeah. Yes. And the second game to establish the Top Gun game series versus Top Gun was also followed by Top Gun: The Second Mission, known for its extremely high difficulty.
Yeah.
It's a shoot 'em up, ask now, later game. Shoot 'em up now, ask later game. That's what I like to call it. It's got 4 levels, freaking difficult, as you can tell. Yep. The player's target is an enemy fortress on the final levels on a space shuttle on a launch pad. Yeah. Top Gun was a commercial hit. It was the top-selling game in the United States for 2 weeks in January of '88. By '89, its sales had surpassed 1.8 million units in the United States, eventually reaching 2 million copies. Eugene Lacey of Computer and Video Games praised the graphics and sound and was surprised by the level of sophistication that the designers had achieved with the gameplay, considering the limited number of buttons on the NES controller. Yes. So every one of them gave some really great reviews on it, with the exception of James. And so now we go to Andrew, right?
Yep, that is correct. So this game I never played it, but I did see the movie version with starring Tom Cruise, of course.
Right.
But I haven't seen the new one yet because that's the last movie that Val Kilmer was in it. That's why.
Yeah.
Before his passing, that's why. So for this one, I always keep it short and sweet, and I give it a perfect 100 again.
You got it. 100 there. All right. Okay, Scott, what do you got to say about Top Gun?
Oh boy.
Wait till we hear this commentary. What can you say about it?
Yeah, exactly. Let's just say this right now. James Rolfe has inspired me to give this interesting review. It is beep, 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 and then it goes down in a beep, beep, and it beep, beep, 50.
Oh no! Oh, jeez.
Holy cow. All right. Now we come to the AVGN expert himself, and I can't wait to hear his commentary. Gianni, what do you got to say?
Well, as James said about this game.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yep.
Oh
So
my.
many times. And even with the accessories, remember he had that
Yes.
that
I
toes-
couldn't even do it.
that gyroscope thing. He says we have to again review this game again.
Yeah, we're gonna do one more game. I can't believe we gotta touch this one again.
That's
With the
right.
U-Force, but yeah,
Yep.
we all know
U-Force.
it's for him. He cannot land the plane.
keeps
If you
blowing
watch
up.
that revisited episode that he did,
Yeah.
he eventually explained that it's like plane. If you ever fly a plane, it's like plane control. So instead, like up, if it says to go up, you gotta go down. You gotta hit down, and then you gotta go. And then you have to speed up. I think you hit A, speed down, then you hit B. That I was able to eventually figure out. I have played this game. Actually, I do have a copy of it. I didn't land the plane on the physical copy. It was on an emulator, I think, on my phone. I was able to pull when I landed the plane, but that was years ago. I remember. I haven't played that one in a while, but I still never got past the second level, and neither did James.
Yeah.
he couldn't get past it. He just made stuff up about the last 2 levels of the game. But yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 60.
Ron John!
60. A little more graceful than Scott, but yeah, still in the D. All right, now we go to Stan Marsh with Top Gun.
I'm going to read this. High above hostile waters, your mission is to defend the task force from enemy attack. Suddenly, bogeys flash onto your radar.
Bogeys? Sounds like golf.
Hello.
Yeah.
My point exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
As far as the rest of this goes, I'll give it an 87 like Tom and Jerry.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. All right. We now go to you, Mark.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of noticed how when I was saying Top Gun, I started to say it like Top Grudge from Carmen Sandiego.
Smoke
Anyway.
weed every day.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess with how hard this game is, that just shows how evil these NES games were. 65.
Oh.
Ron John!
Yep. All right. Well, I tell you, we've come down to this final. Look, the Konami cover. I love it. It's the only thing saving this game right now. Okay.
Right.
But, yeah, I've seen James literally massacre this game so badly, but it was so funny the way he dramatically just went, "Fuck!"
I know. It was like really. That was one of my favorite moments of
Yeah.
EDGN when he said that.
That was the funniest thing. And then when he had to do the accessories and touch it again with an iron hook. Yeah.
I think he did it with the Power Glove too.
Yeah, but I think it was that U-Force thing that really was the funniest.
That
of
was
all.
bad. Yeah.
Because he really thought he was actually going to land the plane on the ship. He
Oh,
really
that's right.
thought-
I remember now. Yes, he was like right on the TV. He was looking right at them. Yeah, I remember that now.
And then at the last second, he went kaboom.
I think he went over. Yeah, he went
Yeah.
over the ship. He went
He
over,
went over the
thing.
ship, but he had it just at the last second. So yeah, the difficulty of the game is very much. I've seen it played, and I don't think I've even attempted it. But I saw the movie, so yeah, we're definitely going to give this a 57.
Ron John!
Yeah. All right, let's average it out. See what we have here, gentlemen. Oh! Wow. Into the D tier, 69.8. Ah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, just barely by 0.2 of a point.
It was 1 inch short of a nickel.
Yeah.
It's time
that's
to
for
vote
sure.
off the weakest link.
That's your first D in a long time, guys. Since not since like last week. You had a couple of those
Mhm.
D section. All right. Well, now we have to look at the second game of it.
Mhm.
Top Gun 2. Gee whiz. All
Second
right.
mission.
Yeah, the second mission. Put out by Konami, December 15th, 1989. And let me give you, let's see. Yeah, it's a video game sequel to Top Gun. Duh. The reception by several magazines in late 1991 and early 92. Gary Meredith found the second mission better than Konami's previous entries in terms of graphics and control, particularly praising the ability to roll the F-14 Tomcat. Okay, so this one got a little bit better on the reception. All right, now we go to you, Scott.
all I would say is this: if the first one was crap, the second one was almost as bad as crap. Now you can just barrel roll 50.
That's the whole ball of wax. Yep. All right, Scott with your 50 fails it. All right, Gianni. Top
I
two.
AVGN did talk about it in the second one. I never really played much of it, so it is mostly a similar game. You can barely see second mission on the cover. But yeah, I don't really remember much about what he talked about with this game. I don't think you have to land the plane in this one, if I remember.
Probably not. Yeah.
No, you don't. But I'm gonna give it a slightly higher 70.
70. Gonna pass it. All right, 70. All right, we got a C and an F, and now we go to you, Stan Marsh.
So I just realized, looking at the back cover, that the back cover is adding to our little joke we had with the first game.
Yep.
It said, just because you splashed a few bogeys in the Persian Gulf.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
It also says, so prepare to pull some serious G's. Please.
Yeah, G-forces.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a bit of a dirty thought there. Thank God. Okay.
Smoke weed every day.
All right. So with this, I think it looks a little bit better from what I can tell from the gameplay images. I'm gonna give it a 73.
73. Okay. All right. All right, let's go to you, Mark Leota, with Top Gun 2's second mission.
Well, the first one of these was hard. I can imagine the second one probably would have been hard too.
Yeah.
69.
Ah, long shot!
Okay, Andrew, you're up with the second mission here.
All right, so this one, I looked at. I'm going to make it short and sweet, Jason. I'm going to give another 100.
Another 100. You got it. All right. I think that 100's going to be saving grace, That's about it.
Yeah.
Second one here. Wow. Konami cover again. Classic. Love the cover art. The game? No. No. 65. El Cruncho. All right, let's average it out here. Oh, okay. A little bit better. Well, this one's going to go in the C tier. Oops. Get up there. Where are you? Get up there. Come on. There we go. C tier, 71.16 or 71.2. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's because of Andrew's 100, basically. Is this what? Yep. All right. Anybody still need to take a break?
Nope.
You good?
Good.
Okay, we're going to the next game, and that's Total Recall. Schwarzenegger. Whoa, based on the movie. You've seen the movie. Yeah, this is put out by Acclaim Entertainment. Oh, Interplay Productions, August 1990. Platform game developed by Ocean Software, released for the Commodore, Amiga, Spectrum, Atari. It's based on the 1990 film of the same name. And let's see. The game includes platform segments and top-down racing scenes with the player controlling Douglas Quaid. Crash reviewer Mark rated the game 94%. Richard rated the game 93% and believed players would love the game, saying, don't bother getting recall to remember it for you. Go out and experience Total Recall for real. Yep. Zap gave it 76% on the C64. Another Power Player reviewed the Amiga version at 33% and the C64 version at 34%. So it had really some highs and some lows. But let's see what the Tier Masters had to say about Total Recall. And this time we'll start with who we got.
The King of New Jersey's first.
Gianni, you're up with Total Recall.
All right, I have not heard of this game. I feel like I've heard of the movie. I don't really know that much Schwarzenegger. I know we talked about him last week, but yeah, from what I'm seeing a lot of blue, darkish bluish, especially that one through a lot of pipes in the background.
Uh-huh.
And Adrian, I don't actually. He did Schwarzenegger, the other Schwarzenegger games, I think. So he might have talked about this one. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know if he did.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna give this one 85.
85. Okay. All right. We go to you, Stan Marsh, with Total Recall.
One of the gameplay images I'm noticing, apparently it's like a living room combined with a classroom with no desks.
Wow.
That just literally takes away from what it was supposed to be. And unfortunately for the rest of it, I'm gonna have to D this 66.
Oh,
London!
66, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, you're up with Total Recall.
Yeah. I might have seen the movie or played the game. Let's see. Yeah. Let's have to give this one a 63.
London!
Oh, and also, Andrew, 14-0 Jay's the final.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
All right, Andrew Hocking, you're up with Total Recall.
So I never played the game, but I saw the movie a long time ago, of course. And and by the way, correction, the King of New Jersey, we discussed this last week on the Schwarzenegger game, Terminator. Don't forget about that.
Yep.
That we discussed that from last week, of course. So for this one, I'm not going to get a failing grade. There's no way I'm getting a failing grade. 100 again.
You got it. 100. Okay. And Scott, Total Recall.
Liked the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did not like this game.
Yeah.
This is a very difficult title. It is actually one of the hardest titles in the NES library. There's an argument saying this might be one of the worst, but thankfully I don't think it is the worst. It's just really meh. So this one, matching Mark's score 63.
63. Okay.
Double up and long time.
Yeah, we'll have to double up on that one. Okay. Well, I saw the movie of Total Recall a long time ago. And there were some people actually who had Total Recall, Predator, and Platoon, as well as RoboCop on Commodore 64. So for those people who owned a lot of games on the Commodore, yeah, kudos to you on it. It's a movie poster. 10 points right off of the cover art. It couldn't be original on it. Never played the game, but according to Scott, if it's hard, yeah, probably not worth the time and the weight of it. I'm gonna basically say 60.
Ron God.
Again, like we said about movies and games, they don't mix. Yeah. All right. Average it out. Oh boy. All right. Going to the C tier, 72.8. All right, got a lot of C's tonight. 4 C's to bat, matter of fact. Okay. Next up, Totally Rad.
Not.
This is put out by Jaleco ACOM, September 28, 1990. It's an action adventure game. And oh my God, what the heck?
What?
How that I guess the guy's name is Jake because he is the hero in this game.
Ooh.
Mean Machines magazine gave the game score a 63 out of 100, giving criticism to the lack of challenge in the first few levels, repetitive action, oversimplistic gameplay, and concluding a reasonable game which misses out on brilliance due to oversimplification of the gameplay and unoriginal gameplay as well. Kind of repeats itself. Top of the order we go. Stan Marsh is up with Totally Rad.
I'm gonna make this very clear. With blue leprechaun Mario in the image, one of the gameplay images, and even worse, a pineapple panel barrel of corn looking villain, whatever the heck that is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it the lowest.
Oh no!
Yeah, the lowest you can go is 50, and that's a fail. All right, we now go to you, Mark Leota, with Totally Rad.
Okay. Well, pretty rad cover. Definitely a rad title and a really rad color there. Yeah, totally rad, just like the game says. So, a totally rad score of 98.
98. Wow. What a difference of opinion. Okay, Andrew, you're up with Totally Rad.
All right, so I never heard this game, and I'm like, okay, what is wrong with this cover? Seriously, what is wrong with this cover? Like, come on, seriously.
Yeah.
So I agree with Brent Bogart on this one. I had to get the lowest score on this one. That's the 50 as well.
Aha, double up on it. All right. 250s and a 98 so far, and now we go to you, Scott. You're up.
This is different. First of all, the cover art you see is very generic looking, with the monster trying to peek through some kind of tiny window.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is that. It's just weird. The game was also known as Magic John in Japan, and they completely rechanged the character graphic a lot here. In the original version, it was this cute-looking kid here with a winged hat here. And then for America, they made him look like Keanu Reeves' stepbrother or something like that. I don't know what's going on. And let's say it was okay, but like I said, reviews were not great. But it does have some impressive-looking bosses, though. From the corn-shaped punk character to this knight here that looks like it has a belly made of a glass jar or something like that. And this giant this monster with horns and a gigantic cyclops eye and ugly looking teeth. And this is going to be a weird title to rate, so I'm just giving my average 75.
75, you got it. All right. Averaging it out there. Scott Special. All right, Gianni, you're up.
All right. Yeah, this is totally rad, huh? Have not heard of this one. It sounds like a weird game. I'll say that right now. A lot of stuff going on the cover. The monster, the king of fire match, whatever, torch. That's what it's called. I don't know what I'm seeing here. I really don't. You see a lot of the sprite. Your kind of sprites. You see a lot of those in some of those NES games. I'm gonna have to buzz it at this one. 55.
Oh, Red Dots!
Okay. Well, now we've really hit hard on this one, huh? Everybody's in, right? Except me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What do you say about a cover art that looks hideous? First of all, I don't like the yellow at all. And there's way too much pink. Yellow and pink, they don't mix. Yeah, this would be more like a surfer game. When I saw the title first, I said, this looks like totally rad, like or be based off of a Turtles game if you really wanted to do it that way. It's a misleading. It's a very misleading title. So in this case, I will say 58.
Oh, another long shot.
All right, let's average it out. Whoa. Yeah.
Right to the D.
That's it. 64.3. Yep. 2 Ds so far. All right. Anybody need a break?
Nope.
All right, we go to the next game. Looks like it's a football game. Touchdown Fever. Touchdown Fever by SNK. November 11th, 1988. It's the American football arcade games, Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first glance, it resembles Irem's 1983 arcade game 10-yard fight, but with rotating joysticks that were previously used in Ikari Warriors. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the official rules are in effect, as well as most major running and passing plays. Field goals and punts are also included, but players cannot make horse collar tackles. And in Japan, Game Machine listed Touchdown Fever on their November 1st, 1987 issue as being the 17th most successful table arcade game unit of the month. All right. We start this time with Mark, right?
Yep.
Okay, Mark, you're up with Touchdown Fever.
Okay. Football game, it looks like.
Yep.
Yep. And, yeah. Well, football training camps are going to be starting, I forget, a couple of months or so at this point.
Exactly.
By the way, no tush push ban.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad about the tush push, man.
Anyway, I'll give this a 100.
Oh,
Oh.
wow. I guess he's so intrigued about football games. Any football game would give him 100. All right, Andrew, you're up with Touchdown Fever.
So I never heard this game. I look at the cover. Okay, this is the right game if you find this game, and you definitely get addicted of that, of course. So for this one, I will double up from my Canadian friend 100 as well.
Double up. All right. 100s, and now we go to Scott with Touchdown Fever.
Okay. Cover art looks good with a couple players and all that there as well. Gameplay screens look like it's almost as bad as when they did Atari football years ago before this.
Right.
It is like top down, one image, see the field go up and down here. Pretty blah looking graphics. Seriously. Does not look pretty at all. Does not even worth it. I can't even get it close to that 100s mark. I'm going to have to give you closer to 70.
70.
Oh, okay. All right.
Passing that. So, okay,
Barely.
Johnny, you're up with Touchdown Fever. Johnny, you're up.
Oh.
Your mic is. You have to unmute your mic.
Unmute your mic, Johnny.
Yeah,
There
here we
you
go.
There you go.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, I have not heard of this game. One of the underrated football games, but for what I'm looking at right away, I'm looking at the field of the game. You're hardly seeing any numbers there, Baron. I see the 0 or whatever. That's it.
Right.
This ain't no Tecmo Bowl. I will say that I do like the font, red, white, and blue lettering. That's
Yep.
kind of cool. But other than that, it's mostly a football game. I see some cutscenes there. Do like that. So, 82.
82. Okay. All right. Stan Marsh, you're up with Touchdown Fever. Football.
So
Smoke
I
weed
am.
every day.
Yeah.
So I am absolutely in agreement as far as the field is concerned. Looking at the gameplay images, 63.
Oh, lockdown.
Interesting. What a difference of opinion. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody is in except me, and I say to a touchdown fever, another football game. Now, SNK is a very reputable company. I like the cover art, but how many football games do we need, folks? That is the question.
Right.
I mean, I like 10-yard fight. That's my go-to football game all the time for the NES. This one would be great on PlayStation, probably Xbox. Graphics would be fantastic. Not for an NES game because it just lacks everything else. Cover art's saying it, but I still have to fail it with a 59.
Lockdown.
Cover art's the only thing saving it, but this
That's
game
right.
is better off with the latter consoles. For not this console. All right, we got our scores. Let's average it out. Ooh, okay. No, it's not an F. I can tell you that. No. It's a C tier. 79 even. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go to the next game here. Now, I cannot make this game out for the love of God. Who the
It's
TNC Surf Designs Thriller Safari.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Town and
Town and
Country,
Country
yeah.
Surf Designs 2. All right. So let's look at the first one then. Okay. Let's look at the first one. That would be this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So Town and Country Surf Designs, Wood and Water Rage, put out by LJN.
Oh, the LJN.
LJN, the bane of James' existence, February 1988. Yeah. It's a skateboarding surfing game. Shares its name with the world famous surfboard manufacturer Town and Country Surf Designs and features the company's mascot characters known as the Boys. Yep. So it's basically surfing and skating and doing all that good, interesting stuff. Yep. So if you've seen the game, you know what it looks like. Oh my God, I didn't know Donkey Kong showed up for this one.
Oh yeah.
That's Thrill of the
What is he
Girl.
down there?
Yep. All right, we go with Andrew Hawking this time with Town and Country.
I never heard of this game. I look at this is the perfect cover right there. Like, I never seen Donkey Kong's on a surfboard.
Yeah, that's the first, right? Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh my goodness! I see there's one with a tiki mask falling off a skateboard or a surfboard or something.
Yep.
So for this one, I'm gonna give it. Give it 100.
100. Oh, wow. Yeah, anytime Donkey Kong's on a surfboard there, Andrew, you can really tell that they really were desperate for characters.
Yeah, but I cannot wait for the next one coming up after this one.
Yep. Scott, what do you got to say about this surf design? Wood and Water?
Okay. By the way, that's not Donkey Kong. That's called Thrill of the Gorilla. So there you go.
Okay.
It's like Donkey Kong's cousin, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, I've already looked at both the games in this collection here. The first game, as you can tell, is just surfing or skateboarding or both. It's kind of simplistic for the most part. It's got good challenge, though, I'll say with that. And this might actually be not that bad of a game from LJN. Surprising. I'm shocked. Shocking, I know. This one's going to get 80 for me, and we'll talk about. And when we get to my other score, I'll give it a better score because I know the other game's a little bit better.
Okay, you got an 80 for the first one, though. Okay, very good. All right, Gianni, LJN.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, Town and Country
We-
Surf Designs. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of this one, but I don't know what Donkey Kong is
Thriller.
doing.
Gorilla,
Thriller, Donkey Kong. That is, yeah.
long lost cousin of the twice removed. You know.
That's right. So I'm sure I haven't seen that one, but AVGN probably has if it's that one. But it looks like almost Skate or Die.
Yeah. Right. I mean, that's what.
Skate or Die meets the first level of
Yeah.
Skate or Die meets the first level of Ninja Turtles 3. From what it looks like.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah. And Thrilla the Gorilla, he doesn't look like that. If you ever play Wally Bear in the No Game, we're probably not going to because that's an unlicensed game, but that's another game that AVGN has mentioned or played.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this one a 70.
70. Okay. We have some really mixed scores around here. Stan Marsh, you're up with Town and Country Surf Designs.
So, come on. There is so much BS going on with this.
Oh!
Smoke
There is so
weed.
much. There is so much BS going on with this that you know what? Get it ready. I'm just gonna list them all right here.
Oh no.
Oh my God!
I don't think you can even see that.
That's
No.
wow. That's a lot of gibberish on there. Oh my god.
Oh, I see it now. I see it now.
I'm gonna make it a little
Let
more.
me set this up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me set it up. I go. And then and then and then you know, and then
That's
Okay, that's
not
better. That's better.
There we go. There we go.
yeah, it's like how many sound effects you need?
Okay, you can read through this, and I'm
That's
just gonna
better
give
on
it the
blue.
lowest 50.
Oh,
Oh, long shot!
hey. I was building
Yikes!
it for you, you know. I was building it up, and he shot it down. All right, and you gave yourself a get back into the mix there. You screen hog. What are
There
you
you
doing?
go.
Mark your up.
Hey, you can go look back and look at all that crap I wrote.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, Town and Country Surf Designs, Mark. How do you rate it?
This I don't even know where to begin with this. This does not look too appealing at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give this the lowest I can possibly give, 50.
Oh, then another long shot!
And there was a couple somebody else gave it a 50 too. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's Brandon Bogart.
That
Yeah.
too. Yep. All right. Well, look, guys, when it comes to characters, the boys would be great for another type of game other than skating and surfing. I mean, we've all heard of the Bears, which is a Chicago-based thing.
Da Bears.
Da Bears.
The Bears, yeah,
Ah, Bears!
yeah,
Long live Georgia.
right, exactly. We have to give kudos to that.
R.I.P. George.
George Wendt of Cheers. Norm passed away yesterday at the age of
Yeah.
70.
Yeah.
Yeah, God bless his soul, of course.
So with that, yeah, I don't play any skating games at all, unless you want to do Skate or Die. But no,
Yeah.
55.
Long shot!
All right, let's see what the average is. Oh,
Another D.
another D, third D tonight, and that's 67.5. Yep.
Mm.
Boy, I think that's the most D's you've had so far.
Oh, keep going.
4. Okay, 4 in the T's there. Yep. All right. Well, here's the second one of that disgusting sequel.
The second one.
Yeah, and this one is the Thrillers Safari, put out by LJN March 1992. I don't have to basically explain it. Same thing. And who are we starting with this time? Gianni?
It's Scott.
All right, Scott, you're up.
Okay, not exactly the same thing. This is more of a, I guess you could say, a platformer trying to rescue your girlfriend. I love the gameplay description on Wikipedia. Let me explain this. This game features Thriller Gorilla, a surfing skateboarding mascot of the company, Town and Country Star Designs, on a quest to save his girlfriend, Barbie Bikini, it gets better.
Yeah.
He's been kidnapped by a witch doctor named Wazula. On the opening scenes. This one is set this one's set in Africa instead of Hawaii. And it's kind of like you drive those things here through jungles, deserts, waterfalls, rivers, and submerged caverns while avoiding enemies and such. He can not only ride a skateboard and a surfboard, but it's actually said that in submerged cavern levels, he rides a shark. Yes. You steer around obstacles, over pits, past creatures while collecting coconuts and bananas here, and power-ups and all that stuff. And enemies like included elephants, giraffes, giant spiders, carnivorous plants, spear-wielding humans, snakes, electric eels, and other things. Oh boy! And of course, this is one of the worst. This is one of the last of the LGN crap on the NES. I gave it an 85 last time. I'm going to give you 1 point higher, 86, just because of the cover. With him surfing lava. Okay.
No.
But I tell you,
about those characters is yeah. All right, Scott, 86, huh? And then and now I'm looking at the cover art from the last graded game now. Damn. Dan Marsh is beyond himself. All right, Johnny, you are up with this second of the trilogy of the duo here.
Yeah, so I have not. Yeah, I haven't really heard of this. Of this one also, Thrilla, not Donkey Kong, although he looks more like Donkey Kong. This one, that's what it looks like. He does.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna give this one. And now after this, I gotta find out what AVGN said about this one. 70.
70. All right. 86 and 70. Now we go to Stan Marsh, who is practically trying to confuse himself with the cover arts here.
Yeah, apparently what had happened is you looked at that this was what I actually graded last. So the other one it was supposed to get what I'm grading now, and this one was supposed to get a 50. So I did kind of confuse myself as to what we were looking at.
So you're giving a 50 for this one too?
No, I'm just gonna I gotta be a little honest and just go ahead and give this one give this one the other one. And just do a 72. I don't care.
72. Okay. All right. 72.
Then I'll be right back because my screen is like flickering.
Okay. Mark, you're up with
Yeah, I'll be back.
What the heck? That's the only thing I can describe with this one.
Yeah.
All right. 55.
Oh my God!
Okay. All right. Andrew, you're up. Thriller Safari.
So I never heard this game, and I look at the cover. Okay. Why is there a blue monster in the background?
Maybe it's the Cookie Monster.
Yeah, like that. So for this score, and Scott, you'd be very happy. I will double up your score, 86.
All right.
Double it up with an 86. Okay. All right. Got some mixed reviews on this game here. Yeah, no. I ain't even gonna touch this with a 10-foot pole. 50.
Oh, long shot.
I don't skate and I don't surf, so why would I want to spend the money on this game? The cover art looks way like it's got so much on it, too much. All right, the average. Oh, there it is, 69.8 once again, and
Another D, the fourth D of the night.
yeah, exactly. That's right.
Ugh.
All right. Well, we got another game we got to get over here too, and that looks like Toxic
Crusaders.
Crusaders. All right, let's get that one up there. Yeah. Toxic Crusaders. All right, now let's see if I can find it. Town and Country. There it is. Toxic Crusaders, put out by Bandai. Ooh. April 1992. This refers to 3 separate side-scrolling video games based on the American cartoon series Toxic Crusaders and Troma Entertainment's 84 film, The Toxic Avenger.
Yes.
Yeah. So that really doesn't give you much information. So if you've seen the movie, if you've seen the cartoon series, you know a lot more about the game than I do. All right. So we're back to who's next here, Gianni?
The King New Jersey is up next.
All right, Gianni, you're up with Toxic Crusaders.
He has played this game. Vision has played this game. I did not know that this was an animated series. Never really watched it. But yeah. I'm not really too much. Some of the characters, they do look toxic. That's a good part of the game of what you want in a game like called Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah.
But a lot of green zombies, whatever. Oh wait, oh no. One of them looks like Raphael, Ninja Turtles. I thought this was going to be a good game, and I'm like,
every day.
they're knocking off something. I'm like, oh no. That decreases my score a lot. Thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
It's still going to get a 70, though.
70. Yeah, it does look like a Turtles knockoff, doesn't it, right?
As soon as you see it, one of them literally, it looks like Raphael.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right, Stan Marsh, you're up with Toxic Crusaders. Welcome back.
Whew, thank God I made it back in time.
Yes, you did.
So with this, I think this is pretty. Yeah, this is pretty close to what it's supposed to represent. Though I'm still gonna give it a 74.
Okay, 74. Mark, you're up with Toxic Crusaders.
All right. Yeah, that kind of looks like a bit of a Ninja Turtle there. All right. Yeah, I don't know what to think of this because I haven't played it or even owned a copy of it. 58.
58.
Oh, John!
Okay. All right, Andrew, you're up with Toxic Crusaders.
So I never heard this game, and I look at the cover. Okay, the King of New Jersey is absolutely right. It's almost just like a Ninja Turtles, of course.
All right.
So for this one, you know what? I go one up of the King of New Jersey and Scott Special 75.
You're gonna one up them. Okay.
I had to do that. All right.
There you go. All right. And speaking of the Scott Special, here's Scott McVay with Toxic Crusaders.
Okay. Let's do a little history lesson, kids. First of all, this is based off the classic movie from Troma, The Toxic Avenger. This has become one of the campiest and probably one of my favorite campy horror style, very gruesome looking movies that Troma ever did. It's the reason why the Toxic Avenger is their mascot. And the cartoon, I saw the cartoon. The cartoon was very sanitized, very stupid. I only saw maybe a couple episodes. I was thinking to myself, I don't want to watch this cartoon. It was bad. By the way, I will tell you right now, I loved the Toxic Avenger. I hated the cartoon, and I don't like this game. By the way, and one last thing before I give my score, I cannot wait for the reimagining of it coming out hopefully later this year with Peter Dinklage, the short guy from Game of Thrones, as the new Toxic Avenger. I cannot wait to see that. I saw a teaser trailer for it just last night, and it just makes me go, yes. But I hate this light. I hate the cartoon, and this game is meh. So I'm going to give it 55.
Oh, my God.
Ooh. Yep. All right. Yeah, I've never heard of this game before, but looking at the cover art, yeah, it does look like a Turtles knockoff there for everybody who mentioned it in some way, shape, or form. It's like an advanced turtle came out of this one, or some kind of thing of that matter. Yeah, basically it looks like toxic waste all over the place. I mean, like that kind of game. Looking at this, I say to myself, should I pass it or should I fail it? There really is no other way of looking at it. So I say I failed it. Yeah.
I don't know if you also noticed on the front cover, his eyes are crooked.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Good eye.
Because that's how his design is. His one eye is drooping down. So because of the toxic melting of his face there. So that's how his character design is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Oh, you're sleepy here. All right, let's get the average. Ooh. Wow. 65.3. Another horn.
And a 50 of the night.
Yeah. Yep. But now we've got two final games to look at before the end of the show.
Okay.
So let's get them now because these are good. And the first one is track and field. Look at this, guys. Hey, the Power Pad has graced us with its presence. Put out by Konami. Gianni rhymes with Konami, rhymes with Gianni. Yep. June 21st, 1985. And this is it, man. This one was released actually in 83. Then it didn't come to the NES until 85. Side-scrolling format, Power Pad. You basically are playing a lot of these Olympic games. Yeah, the 1984 Summer Olympics, basically. The 100-meter dash, the long jump, the javelin throw, 110-meter hurdles, hammer throw, high jump. Yeah, that's those are your games. Let's see if there was any kind of reception. Yes, there was. Top grossing table arcade game there, Scott.
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah.
I know this one very much.
Oh, yeah. In 83, the arcade game received positive reviews. And, even the Atari 2600 got a 7 out of 8 stars. So nothing about the NES was actually given any kind of a reception on it. But it just goes to show you that if it was given good reception on the other ports, then surely enough, it was going to get something really, really well out of this one. Okay, who do we start it off with this time? Top of the order
Back
again?
to the top of the order. Back to the top of the order.
Stan Marsh, you're up with track and field.
All right. It does look exactly like you would expect it. Very simple. I'm going to give it a 91, though.
There you go. 91. See? Look at that. Taco Bell. All right. Mark, you're up. Uh-oh.
Mark, wake up!
There we go.
It worked.
He was asleep. Oh my god!
I got him there. I told you he was going to get a goal horn if he keeps sleeping, you know.
All right. Let's
buddy.
see.
Track and field.
Okay. Well, gotta be quick in this one.
You got it.
So, all right, 85.
85. Okay. 91, 85. And Andrew, you're up. Track and field.
I'm gonna make it quick and easy on this one. 100.
You got it. There it is. All right. Now, the Retro Arcade Boy has a chance to really redeem himself with track and field.
Okay, few fun facts. Number one, you did say this came out in 1983 in the arcades. That is true. But it was actually not just Konami, but a little company called Centuri also had this sucker out here. So it was a joint job.
Yep.
It did use buttons to actually play the game here. Not much of a control pad with your feet, but actually used buttons on your hands here. Little fun fact also, player one was not on the left like almost 100% of all the other games out there. This had the first player on the right-hand side of the cabinet. So it's a little something as well. Also, the 6 games that were included were really impressive, though. And I don't know how they duplicated everything on the Nintendo controller, but I think it did pretty good. I also love the sequel, which we'll get to next here. And I'll say right now, 100.
You got it. 100.
And double up too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Johnny, track and field.
So of course I have heard of this game, and AVGN played it. They talked about
Right.
the power
he used
pad.
the power pad. Yes.
He tried to run. He was just like banging on like that.
He was breaking a sweat. I never saw a guy break a sweat with running in his socks, you know?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yep.
I've never really played this one, but yeah, it's kind of the same as World Class Track Meet. That was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never really played it. You can't really play this game on emulator.
Not too much.
Really.
No.
Actually, there might be a way, but yeah, you can set certain controls, whatever. But yeah, actually, I've seen this before, so I'm gonna give this one. I mean, a lot of definitely your typical. This is your standard track game. They had California games, whatever they were called, California games. This is, I think, probably one of the good ones to have. I'm gonna give this one. And the first one that I actually 100.
You got it. Double up. And another 100. Yep. That's another 100 there. Now, yeah, I love the way James just dramatizes his whole experience with the power pad. And I've seen the play on this on the YouTube. Didn't have the game, but I probably would like. I actually played stuff on Track and Field 2 more than on the first one. But I love the cover art because it is a Konami classic. We're gonna double up. Perfect score. Yeah, perfect score indeed. Give it up there. 100. Yep. I think this might be only your third A of the night, but let's see what happens here.
Well, let's see what the hour average says.
See what happens. Divided by 6. Yeah.
By 8.
96 guys. That's only your third A of the night. But it comes at a good time when you need it. Right there.
True.
Got it. Boom. Clangs and whoops. Yeah. No, that's only your third A of the whole night. Yep. Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. We got the final one here. Wrap it up. It's track and field 2. Let's give it its proper intro. Okay. There it is. All right. And this time we start with Mark.
Okay.
I think I wouldn't even have to give you a. I should give you a. I'm sorry. Let me give you the date on this. It's basically the same as the first one there. September 16th, 1988. Okay. In Japan.
And America in February 89.
Okay. Mark, you're up.
Let's say there's some more events in here.
A lot more events.
Oh yeah.
All right. I'll give this a 91.
91. Okay. All right, Andrew, you're up. Track and field 2.
I'm gonna make another short and sweet. Let's get another 100 on this one.
You got it. Another 100. Okay. Scott, what are you gonna say about the second one?
Okay. Take the sequel to the arcade game, Hypersports.
Yeah.
Give it a graphic overhaul, add more events to it, and you got track and field 2.
Beautiful.
And it is very cool, though. The fact that you can do training, you can play them all in a story mode, like called Olympic mode. You can play versus your opponent, another person. Really cool. I love the fact that you got all the events from Hypersports and then some. So another 100.
You got it. Double up on it. Okay. All right, Johnny, track and field 2, another Konami favorite.
Yeah, don't think I knew about the second one. And I probably have. I think I've seen the cover art. I haven't seen much of the gameplay. Looks like a lot more events. I see fencing. I see, looks like a pool or whatever. Or actually, no, it's just probably there's diving. Looks like in it.
Yeah, it's diving.
Yeah,
I'll give you a quick.
That's
list.
not. I don't know why it's track.
There's
but
canoe and kayaking too in there as well.
Yeah. So it's
call
fencing,
it summer games too, or whatever. I don't know.
swimming,
But-
high dive, clay pigeon shooting, hammer throw, taekwondo, pole vaulting, canoeing, archery, hurdles, horizontal bar, hang gliding, maybe some arm wrestling, and gun firing.
Wow.
Wow, that is a lot of games.
Yes.
A lot of events, and I do like that. I mean, most of them I saw pool like, oh, that's not track and field. And from what I'm seeing, the pool that looks like a small pool to jumping into. I'm saying it almost like in the middle of the track or whatever. It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this one slightly lower than I did. 90.
90. That's still a Taco Bell. Yeah. You got
One last thing I want to mention before we go to the next person. I love the Japanese name of this game. It's called Konami Sports in Seoul, Korea.
Ah!
it. Okay, we'll go up to Stan Marsh.
That's cool that they have a little bit more variety. I just wish that they would just just focus a little more with the track and field, or with the track and field. So I'm just gonna give it an 88.
88. All right. Okay. Well, and I play track and field too. Love it. Love the graphics. There's 15 games to be played on this one, so you're really not bored. You can have a lot of fun with it. And of course, it's a Konami classic. Double up, 100. All right, let's see what we got here. Push it out. Yeah, definitely.
We'll give it another A for this.
Yep. Wow, you guys did good. You ended on 2 happy high notes there. Happy high note, happy high note, happy high note to you.
Yeah.
There you go. 94.8. Good job. You did it. Yeah. All right. Okay, and that basically ends the game. Shut it down. All All right. Nice going there, gentlemen. We have a lot of games to pick up here. Statistician, tell us how many we graded tonight, please.
I'll do that. Plus, I'll have to give you my suggestion. Just on how we can do this and do this all in the finale next week.
Yep.
So tonight we have graded 17.
Oh, wow. We did 17 games.
And in total, we have graded 642.
Okay.
Next week, since it's the finale, probably our toughest challenge yet. We have to grade all the remaining 68 games.
Ooh.
I suggest perhaps we change our strategy. Just maybe like a quick opinion and then a score.
Good idea.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
1 minute. Yeah, you get 1 minute. That's it.
Maybe in 30 seconds, maybe possibly.
Right. Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely reset my timers, of course.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, that'll
Yeah.
work.
So time's on for tonight and on the entire episode.
Yeah.
And come on, told Jason, you have 2 as well. You have 2.
Right, I got something. Yay.
And same for Mr. Bogard. And also same for Scott as well.
All right.
I got total of 6. But the person who has total of 8 is the one who right above me, Mark.
The one who fell asleep still has a lot.
So stay tuned next week. This is it. Next week, I get the entire final totals for next week, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, we'll wrap it all up. And so stay tuned for the 3-hour special, the series finale, 8 Eastern.
Oh, no. Season.
Not the series, please. No.
Yeah, please. I don't know.
No.
We're coming back next year, hopefully.
We're coming back next year, definitely. It's the 3rd season. We're just going to decide. We're going to put a whole new, pictures up there and get it all situated. But yeah, season finale, the 3-hour special, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7, 6, and 5 in the respective time zones. So we'll be on from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. So do check that. We'll have it ready to go in the YouTube channel when we're going to be ready. And the Minds, 7:30. So please be in here at 7:30 for a quick 15-minute meeting so we can get everything ready to go, take off for the launch. In the meantime, you guys did a great job tonight. Be proud of yourselves. Get a good night's sleep. We'll see you guys next week. From all of us here at Wipe Those Tears, from Jason Canio, for all the tier masters here. We'll see you next week for the season finale. Yes, I got it right this time. Season finale.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.